This is where you actually enjoy playing the game. There's a story to follow, chests to collect, and places to explore. You think to yourself, wow, this game is for free? I love this game. You also have your first exposure to the wishing system. You look at the banner. I like this. I want this. But will I get this? At this stage of the game, you don't really understand how the wishing system works. So you just do some random rolls you're given, and most of you did not get the banner character. You enter into a state of denial. Next time I roll, I'll get her. Most likely won't happen, but since you were new to the game, you don't really know how the wishing system works. This is where you realize you lack everything and have trouble understanding what to prioritize in order to improve your characters. If you do not plan, you plan to fail. You need a variety of items in order to level just one character. To level up a character, you need character EXP materials and Mora. Once you reach a certain level, the character must be ascended before continuing to level up. To ascend a character, you'll need character ascension materials. Some of them which must be collected by killing world bosses and using a time-gated currency called resin. Next, you need to have a weapon suited for the character. Getting a proper weapon is already a massive chore due to the limited billets you get in the game. You will have to either make wishes on the banners and hope you get something good, or do weekly bosses until you get the required billet. Both of them require an ungodly amount of RNG and are mostly out of your control. Leveling up a weapon requires weapon EXP materials, which can be obtained by mining ores around the map and smelting them at a local blacksmith. However, you can only smelt up to 40 mystic enhancement ores per day, so even smelting is gated by a daily timer. Once you reach a certain level, weapons must be ascended in order to further level up. To ascend a weapon, you'll need the weapon essential materials. This time, you must go into domains to collect the relevant weapon essential materials, which are both gated by time and resin. And let's not forget weapon refinements. This is where if you have identical weapons, you can refine them into one with a higher level for better stats. Useful in some circumstances, but for the most part, it's just another layer of RNG involved for stat increases. In addition to all of this, there's also the talents for each character. Each of these talents require talent essential materials, some of which can only be obtained from domains, which is once again gated by both time and resin. Plus level 6. Each level requires a specific weekly boss material which is gated by a weekly timer. Can you imagine waiting for weeks of your life to level up just one talent? And let's not forget that everything listed here requires Mora. If you lack Mora at any point during your upgrades, you'll need to set aside more time and resin in order to get enough Mora to actually perform the upgrades. And all of this is just for one character. With the bombardment of characters you get by wishing on banners, you're bound to lose your mind. In addition to everything I've said in this video, there's also the constellations and artifacts for the characters, but I'll get back to them later on in the video. Once reaching AR 45, this is where you unlock level 90 artifact domains, guaranteeing 5-star artifacts for your characters. Hopefully by now, you at least have a main character to use to go through the daily content, as from this point onwards, unless you're building a new character or weapon, your resin will most likely be spent on artifact domains. Artifacts marks the start of yet another never-ending grind. The layers of RNG you have to go through is pretty much insane. You need to get the correct artifact set, get the relevant artifact pieces, get the required main stats, get the desired substats, all before doing the 5 rolls to have the rolls land on the desired substats. A painful grind which will never end as long as you play this game. And now you are a part of it. This is the endgame. You should have a fully fleshed team to work with. Most if not all of the Primogem sources has been exhausted. And you are here mainly for the upcoming banners and events, which is another way of saying getting more free-to-play Primogems. The game no longer exists. The only thing left is the battle between your Primogems and winning the 50-50.